Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's Marie with Swipe in the City.
And you've got Michelle here.
And Brooke's here too. Hey y'all.
Got the whole crew here today.
Yep, it's been a minute. So we unceremoniously ghosted everybody. So for those of you who've been on the edge of your seats waiting for the next episode, I'm sorry.
Yeah, all the DMs I've been getting of what is the next episode of Swipe in the City coming out?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really even opened up the Swipe in the City Instagram because my brain is fried.
So we ghosted y'all, but we're back.
We exist. We did not give up on this.
We are alive. No one went to rehab or anything. We're still here.
We're all still friends. There have been no issues there.
Still friends. We still have great jobs. Still live in our beautiful apartments.
Yeah. The jobs may be the driving factor, one of the driving factors to why there hasn't really been any content, at least speaking for myself.
Oh yeah. Just locking myself in my apartment setting 24/7. It's cool. I see sunshine sometimes. It's totally fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
But you're almost done.
Almost done.
So close.
So
do you have your exam scheduled?
Yeah, the exam is August 19th.
Ooh.
So it's getting real that it's like a little more than a month out. Terrifying. And we're just gonna, keep chugging along. But I have a job interview in 2 weeks, and basically I got all the answers for the test because my friend / former supervisor works
Yeah, do we need to cut that?
No. She's basically like, this is what he's looking for, and I'm like, great. So I think it's gonna go well. I know 2 people that work there already that have put in good words for me, so I'm feeling like good. I'm like, I'm already saying I'm employed.
Yeah,
I'm an employed bitch.
Manifest that shit,
Manifest that shit.
Yeah.
We love that.
I love it.
It's already worked out.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And Michelle, what about you?
I mean, work-wise, got some stuff going on. I've been on LinkedIn a lot lately, which is hilarious because I feel like I send you stuff and you're like, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, you have to be like in LinkedIn culture to understand what's happening. You're not in LinkedIn sales.
I opened up my LinkedIn the other day to like watch your live thing or whatever. Yeah. Michelle did a live cold calling competition. So I opened up LinkedIn for the first time in I don't know how long, and I had like 50 to 70 requests to connect. Some of them were legit, but like, a lot of them I hit ignore. But that's how much I go on LinkedIn. But guys, Michelle is a LinkedIn influencer now.
I really enjoy the corners of like corporate, like cyber America that you like get sucked into and just living vicariously, because I'm like, I can use Google Docs. Like I don't use technology I'm so far removed from any of that like I think it's so funny. I love it.
I feel like you and Kyle are just kind of absorbing like corporate speak a little bit, like sales terminology.
I know
EO.
End of. Oh wait, EOD. Sorry.
You're combining EOD and OOO.
Yeah,
out of office.
Yes. There we go.
EOD,
I'm learning.
EOW, EOM.
I also like circle back as always in text now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll circle back on this.
Touch base.
We'll connect later.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did seep it into my consciousness because when I sent my cover letter, the subject line was "Let's connect."
Oh my god,
it's happening!
I love this for you.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's like
one of us.
I thought I was being more personable, but now I'm just like seeping into the lingo, and I didn't even know it.
That's okay. I don't know, Brooke. Did I tell you that I have somehow ended up in therapist?
Yes! I love that.
Our worlds intermingle.
It is the funniest thing to me. It's because I followed this guy, Michael, I can't remember his last name, and he's like, he does marketing and like biz dev for therapists. Mm-hmm. So he's not a therapist, but he's like engaging with them like all day. Like he's rocking it. So I started following him, so now I just see all these posts, and sometimes they're like, there's drama in therapist Twitter.
Oh my
and so
God.
I just go in there and I'm like, sales rep here, here's my opinion, thanks for having me. Anyways, so that's what I do at night now when I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I love it for you.
I love it. I was laughing about, you were telling me about like oh, you were relating how progress notes are the same for like something that you
updating Salesforce.
Yeah. The bane of my existence. Like, fuck. They're not helpful for me because I write in session notes that are like make sense for my brain so I can remember what's going on. And the progress notes are just something I have to do, and it's just like.
Well, I wonder what our progress notes look like for Larry.
Oh, super
considering the fact that he forgot to charge me my copay for 4 months, I don't know how good he is at the admin side of his job.
That's amazing.
I love that.
I owe him $240.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we love therapy,
we love
Larry.
Him. We do. Jeez. Well, yeah, so basically we just want to, catch up with you guys a little bit and let you guys know what to expect, because even though we haven't released anything, we do have a few episodes that we've been sitting on.
We're still here.
Yeah, we exist. We have recorded a few things. Yeah, we've got some shit guys say with Paul that we're going to have at some point. So we're still friends with him too.
Yeah, he's still around.
He also still exists.
Yeah. He might have some updates, but those are for him to share the next time we get him on.
Well, and I mean, just like us, he's very busy.
Mm-hmm. He comes to the pool in pants.
Really?
Are you not there?
No, I was gone, remember? Because he picked up my key for bro.
He wasn't planning on swimming anyway, so I guess it's fine, but it was also like 100 degrees or 103 degrees, so I'm like, that was a weird flex. But like,
why does it not surprise me about him?
Yeah, full pants, closed-toed shoes, like all of this. And I was like, all right.
I know, I was and I was just like sweating as I'm in the pool, and I'm like, I'm excited that you're here, I'm just confused. Like, why aren't you in swim stuff? He's like, because I'm not going to swimming. I was like, but you're in a pool. Like, my brain couldn't understand. They had other plans. Like, he brought a friend and they had other plans. So I was like, oh, you're like stopping by. But it was just very funny. It was very Paul of him.
He's hot. Overheated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was when I was gone. Mm-hmm. He was texting me because he like didn't remember exactly where to find me, and he was like, your door is locked, and I felt my like heart just fall through my chest. And then he sent me a picture of the door number, and it was not my door. So quickly corrected, got everything taken care of.
Aww.
I love him. Thank you both.
Yeah, of course. So easy.
Yeah, and then we've got an episode on college dating experiences. I almost forgot that we recorded.
That was a long time.
That was a long time ago. That was like, yeah. But it's, I mean, so was college. So
that's true. Yeah,
still relevant.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think we need to find like a youngin,
a college kid,
someone in college.
I actually do know a college kid. They describe not like a creepy way. Not like a creepy way.
I know one of them.
I've seen one before. They actually just graduated from UT, but I feel like that works, and he's doing his little Europe roundabout, So I feel like it's timely.
Oh, yeah. When he gets back, we should definitely bring him on.
He's very he's definitely got big energy. He wants to be a rapper, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
No, he's a very sweet kid. He's actually my friend's nephew, so he can maybe come on. I think he would.
Yeah.
It would be cool to have a guy's perspective on college dating too.
Yeah,
because it was just all of us.
Yeah,
we talked about that. But.
Totally.
Oh, I'm also
two of us being in relationships for most of it too.
Speaking of college, my homecoming weekend for college is coming up in October, so I may have some stories when I come back.
Oh, like the college's homecoming, not like you're having a homecoming.
No, yeah.
Okay, so I was like,
they have an alumni.
I thought you meant like a reunion thing.
It is. So they have an alumni homecoming weekend where they have the DU like rival like hockey game. They have a dance, which is funny, and then you just go around to all the like house parties and stuff like that. And so I'm probably gonna have some stories. I'm also going to a wedding in September for my college friend, and there's gonna be a bunch of college people there.
Oh,
so I'm gonna see what happens with that. I think it'll probably be, I'm imagining I'll be a little bit rowdy.
I love that for you.
I'm putting that intention, which I think is very feasible.
Yeah.
I can accomplish that.
Yeah, well, that ties very nicely into one of our other episodes that we also recorded quite some time ago on bachelorette planning with Kristen. So that should be... Michelle has, I think, a few stories, too, that she's been working on, or will have.
I probably will have in the future. We'll have that follow-up. I've got a bachelorette party in Bend in a couple of weeks, and then Denver 2 weeks after that. So, super stoked.
God.
Gonna do a bunch of fun shit. Gonna, like, float the river in Bend. Gonna go to, like, a sweet concert in Denver.
Fun.
So, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I finally ordered my bridesmaids dresses.
How do they feel?
We haven't tried them on yet. So they're sitting in packages on my kitchen counter. So
super excited.
that'll happen tomorrow because I've got like T-minus 2 months till the actual weddings. So if those ones don't work, I need to figure something out.
I'm excited for all your green velvet stupendousness.
Yeah.
It's a great color. I appreciate it.
It is a really pretty color.
It's a really pretty color.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with whatever. Just send me a link of what you want me to get. And I'll get it.
Done and done.
Done and done. Done and done.
Well, that was literally like the whole wedding that I was just in too. Was like, here's the
spreadsheet.
literally, here's the entire plan. It's still on my fridge. This is the link to the dress. You have to buy it by this day.
Oh my god,
these are the shoes.
Spreadsheets.
Like,
I see this in the future.
Amazing, and it made my life so much easier. Like we were talking the other day. Finally, now that she's back from her honeymoon and like. She got kind of sick after the honeymoon, so now she's feeling better enough to have a conversation, the poor thing. And yeah, I was like, honestly, like, thank you for being like such a good bride.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious because I have not yet had to do this. And so I'm curious, like, since y'all have both been in weddings before, like, what would y'all do differently, like, in the future? Like, if it was your wedding, what would you do differently? Or what did you think that, like, the people did well, like the spreadsheets that you think?
Well, I've got a notes document on the, like a notes thing in my phone on the traditions that I don't like.
What are the traditions you don't like?
There will be no bouquet toss.
Got it.
And no garter thing.
The garter thing is kind of weird.
I know someone who they iced their husband. They like Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah,
like duct taped a Smirnoff Ice to
their... First I thought I envisioned like a bride taking a big thing of ice off.
Oh my god, no. She like duct taped it to her thigh right before they did it. And so then when he was looking for it, that's what he found. And then he just got iced and he had to he was already on his knees. So
that's kind of funny.
Yeah. And they're high school sweethearts, so I feel like that kind of fits.
That fits the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have literally a whole, that could be a follow-up episode if you want have me rant about what I think is silly about weddings and what I think is nice.
I have seen something on the internet.
The interwebs.
Some bride,
I was perusing the LinkedIn.
Yes. Some bride, wrote this, letter that was a part of her, bridesmaids box. It was these are all the expected events. This is all the cost and totals.
Yeah,
I get that this is a lot of money, but here so you can see if it's in your budget or not.
That's exactly what she did.
And if you are feeling like this is not something that you can commit to either time-wise or money-wise, it's not going to hurt our friendship. I want you to have all the information before you make this decision so you can do the best thing for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did. And I really appreciate that. And she did have somebody, I think, tell her no, up front, which, is, again, it's fine. It is a big commitment. And I think, it was always this, before I'd actually, stood up in a wedding, it was always this kind of vague, oh, cool, that's so, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was something that I almost, not that I, wanted to do, and I guess not that I, don't necessarily want to do it ever again, but, it's something I feel I take more seriously now because I know what the commitment is and I know just some of the expectations. And yeah, I don't know. I feel I take it very seriously and that's let's face it, that's part of the reason why I didn't have the capacity to record really either.
Yeah.
So now that that's done, I'm oh my god, I have all this space in my brain that's free, and it's that wasn't even my wedding. I was so stressed out.
But there's The other thing I was going to say is I feel like now that I've moved away, it's a completely different consideration because you're traveling for a bachelorette, you're traveling for a wedding, you're potentially traveling for other things, and so you would tie that in, and adding that in, it's like you do,
and like really wedding showers and stuff. It's like so I can wear like a pastel colored dress for 2 hours and have like sandwiches. No, I'm sorry. No.
My wedding shower is gonna be at the fucking Jackalope. Can you imagine? My mom would die. My mom would die.
God. You know what I liked? I know there's this new trend of like having like a flower man who's like dancing down the aisle. Have like no. Okay, so there's different ways to do it. So I've seen one where like he has a fanny pack with like glitter and will like do it, and it's like to share or something,
okay, yes.
I saw one recently that was he had like a belt of like either beers or so he was like dancing down the aisle and like passing out beers to some song. Like, and I kind of love that. I'm like, let's make the whole wedding a party. Like,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, one of the other girls who was in the wedding, she's getting married this fall, and she's in Denver, and she's going to have a beer burrow at the reception. Mm-hmm. So, like, a literal donkey that walks around with a thing of beer on it, and I think that's amazing.
12 out of 10.
Yeah.
12 out of 10.
Would love.
I would just spend my whole time hanging out with the beer donkey. I'd be like, do you need a beer? Cool. Come hang out with us.
You know what? Okay. For my hypothetical wedding, what if drag queens come and hype up the crowd before and then they dance down the aisle instead of a flower girl?
Instead of bridesmaids, you just have a drag show?
Yeah!
I'd be so fun.
Yeah. Like twerking down the aisle.
Assuming I'm invited to hypothetical.
Yeah. They're playing like, the best part was my family is super Catholic. My so I was like, okay, so my cousin at his wedding recently, he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play like WAP as soon as people get a little bit more like drunk or whatever. I straight up did like the music video dance essentially I was doing like the crybaby on the floor.
Oh my god.
I accidentally started like twerking or something, and I turned around, my very conservative uncle was like right behind me, like up in my grill, and I was just like, oops. So I know that they were like casting like very judgmental stares at me, and I'm like, you know what? He played WAP. I'm just doing the corresponding dance. If he didn't want people to dance like this, he should not have played WAP.
True.
So that's on him. That's how I'm rationalizing.
Also, if you don't like it when the party starts, go home.
Get home.
Call it a night.
Go away.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go have a glass of wine somewhere. It's okay.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see their judgmental stares at my wedding, though, is what I'm saying. I was like, I'm going to make it as outrageous. I mean, I'm a freaking sex therapist. I'm going to make it outrageous. I'm going to have, like, drag queens, like popping their pussy, like, down the aisle. Before, like, I, like, walk up, and I'm going to love it.
I love it. I love that for you.
Cannot wait.
And it's like, I like when people get, like, creative with what they do with their wedding and like everything leading up to it too, like that. Like I think there's all like I remember like years and years ago, like weddings, it's like there's so much traditions. Like cool, traditions are nice, but like also why? Oh, and that's like my question. I'm like, especially with the bridal shower stuff. I'm like, but why is there this ribbon thing that we have to make? And if she opens the present and breaks a ribbon, that means she's having that many kids, and like that's stupid.
Did you do that? Is that made up?
No, it's apparently a thing. I mean, I'm sure it was made up at some point.
What culture? Like what?
White?
Like what? I've never heard of that, but it's true.
Well, it was the first bridal shower that I've ever been to, so I've never heard of it either.
Okay, but yeah, no,
it was apparently like everybody was like aligned that that's what happens.
Interesting. That's gross to me. I'm like, oh, your sole purpose as a woman is just to procreate and be a wife.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And she was like very carefully opening the presents so she didn't break any ribbons.
Oh my god. No, it's so true. The like things that you have to do at a wedding that are like very expected. It's like, but it's actually your
thing.
Situation. There's so many comments that like I had an aunt make of like, oh well, like not for a wedding, like blah blah blah. That's like not for a wedding. Like blah, blah. I'm like, who made this up? I'm sorry.
Well, the church.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah. That. Do we need to get into
oh my god,
Roe v. Wade?
It was so creepy at my. They did the They did, so for the ceremony, they did whatever Bible verses that were like, a woman is basically like, not like the man is the master, but she's supposed to be like subservient to her husband.
Nope.
And then he goes, but not so quick, Brian, because it's, you're supposed to treat your wife like Jesus treated somebody he served. I don't know. Like, you're supposed to worship your wife like Jesus. I don't know, something like, so that he were trying to make it like equal, but it was very much like, but it was like he's making like, not so quick, Brian, and then he like did the reverse whatever Bible verse. But it was so creepy. I'm like, why are you talking about a woman's subservience to man at, like, that's so creepy.
That's so 1950s.
I got chills.
Yeah, no, look, I have chills now. Like,
no, it's creepy.
Yeah, given the current climate, like, that'll be a hell no for me, dog.
Absolutely not.
What else is new with you guys?
I'm back on the app. Well, not really. So
every time I feel like we record something, you're like, I'm back on the app.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
It is.
It's not even really a cycle as much as it's like I get bored on a Sunday, because I'm trying to stay home and behave, and so I get bored on a Sunday. And I'm like, well, we'll see what's out there.
You need another hobby.
I absolutely do not need another hobby. I do not need another hobby.
You need a Sunday hobby.
Yeah, cleaning my house is what it should be. That should be my Sunday hobby. But so I'll like get on
argument.
And I'll like start all these interactions, and then on Monday they respond to my messages. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you now. It's still I'm busy. Like, that one Monday, I had, like, 8 messages, and I was like, no, I don't have the capacity for this.
I agree. When I was on the apps, I just liked it, like, swiping for the sport aspect, but then I didn't really, like, actually want to have really boring, annoying conversations with people in my DMs. I'm just like, oh, this is annoying. I have to reply to this.
Well, because from that Sunday, so I scheduled 2 dates. One was for that Thursday.
You talk about it like you scheduled, like, a meeting.
It's actually what it is.
Plans.
I made 2 sets.
It's an interview. Basically.
Well, and then Thursday rolled around, and I was having, like, a crazy work week, as always. And I was just like, no, I don't know. I don't want to. So then I canceled, and then I think it was like the following week.
Do you ever want to go on a date though? Because I never do. I'm like when it's like the day of, I'm like, it'll be fine, and then it's like 2 hours before, I'm like, fuck, what can I do to get out of this? And I'm like, it's fine, and then
Well, so what I did the following week, I had a networking event to go to. So I was like, I'm already going to be, like dressing up a little bit more, hair and makeup, whatever, looking like a human and not a gremlin. And so I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll just meet the guy after the networking event. So it was convenient.
I'm surprised
we do love convenience.
I'm surprised you didn't invite him to the networking event. Like, I'm going to be here anyway, so if you want to roll by.
He's not in, like, the industry. Like, his industry wouldn't make sense at a... like, his job wouldn't make sense at a networking event.
Wouldn't be invited.
Ooh.
He could go, but it would be very weird. So...
I mean, so is meeting your date at a networking event. So.
Yeah.
Well, I met him after at a different location. I should have made him come to the same location. I'm like, okay, bye, everybody. It was so nice to meet you. And then I just walk around to the networking and go on a date. But we had like a pretty good first date. Like, we kind of hit it off. Good conversation, good banter. I guess that's the same thing.
Was he proper fit?
No. So I'm trying to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm like, okay, this is the type I'm attracted to.
What are you attracted to?
We'll talk about that offline. Okay. But I'm trying to be more open-minded, because it's like, it's not fair to just immediately dismiss someone because they don't fit in like a box, right?
Yeah. Agreed.
But
this is 2022.
But, I also have to be like realistic with myself and what, So, but he's like, he's not a bad looking guy. And so we had like a good first date, whatever. And then I was like, I have a busy weekend, but we can like figure out a time to hang out, yada, yada. So then we're doing a little bit of a Sunday fun day at the pool. And I'm like, fuck it. It's like, you just want to come hang out with us at the pool? Well, okay. So I said hang out at the pool, which he doesn't apparently know that means come hang out with me and 10 of my closest friends. So he showed up, And he was like, oh, this is like a whole thing. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I thought like you were inviting me to come hang out by the pool, like you and I having like hanging out drinks by the pool, like solo. And I was like, oh, no.
I mean, he clearly needs to get to know you better.
He was just like, he's like, no, it's fine. Like, I just wish you would have told me. But in my head, so to be fair, I did not communicate clearly that it was like, hey, we're having a pool party, basically. But that's because I feel like that's just part of what...
That's like our language.
Yeah. If you said... I feel, I don't know if I would have known that it was like a whole, like, our situation. If you said, hey, you want to come hang by the pool with me?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
If you had said, hey, I'm hanging out with friends by the pool, why don't you come and join us? Then, yeah.
I misrepresented... I didn't clarify what it actually was that he was walking.
But he should have known, and that's his fault.
He should have.
How can you not know?
If you spend 10 minutes with me, you should know that any situation
you come from a networking
is probably, So that kind of started off weird, and then, I don't know, his vibe was just completely different. I was, like, not feeling it, and he was interesting. He was, like, rude, apparently. So Lindsay was talking to somebody, and, like, for those who don't know, like, Lindsay and I are basically attached at the hip. Like,
basically married.
We're basically, she's my +1 to things, right?
She's actually in your phone as my wife.
She literally is, yeah. But so it's like, so if we're hanging out in a group setting, we don't need to be like, it's not like, oh, I just invited her over to hang out. And the attention needs to be on me, whatever. So apparently he went up to her and was like, oh, like you say you're Michelle's best friend, but you're not even hanging out with her. You're like hanging out with this guy here. And thankfully she didn't tell me that till after he had left, because I would have been like, first of all,
excuse you.
You have no, like, you don't know my friends. You don't know our relationships. But also, that's just rude. Even if you're joking around, it's just rude to be like, oh, you're hanging out with a guy. It's like, none of your business.
Yeah. You don't know anybody.
And then he said something weird to you, or like he made you feel uncomfortable or
something. I don't remember exactly what it was anymore, because I've like mostly eliminated him from my brain, because he's not really relevant here. But there were just a couple like weird conversations, like weird comments that he had made, and I was just like, I can support Michelle not giving him another chance after this. Yeah, for sure.
How euphemistic of you. How diplomatic.
So he's out, but we didn't ghost him, because remember, listeners, we don't ghost. We give we only ghost you. We just ghost you, but we're back. So is it really ghosting? It was. We're zombies. So I sent him a message the next day, and I was just like, hey, like, appreciate you coming out. Just not the match. Yeah. As Jared and Jordana would say. Not the match. So, I tried.
You did try. You tried. And speaking of Jared and Jordana.
Yeah.
We got to experience the You Up live.
Oh, I saw that.
So jealous. Good. It was so good. I was just sad they didn't do they were doing matches in different cities, and for some reason they didn't have one for Austin, and that made me sad, because I was really excited to hear about how like a blind date set up by a podcast.
Yeah, maybe we should just do one of those, and then
set two people up on a blind date.
Set two people up and do a live podcast about it, because we want to know how it goes. So why don't we just do it?
There's all those I don't know if you've heard this on the Austin radio of like something that didn't work out between two people, so they like get the other person on the phone who like ghosted or something.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
that.
They
don't know that the dude is like on the line being silent, like, so how come you didn't want to go on another date, or what happened? What did he do that threw you off? And then they like talk about it, and
it reminds me of Mean Girls.
Try to get them like on a date together and like to fix it. And if someone did that to me, I would be like, this is immediately like, you affirmed my original decision. This is such a turn off. Like, you can't like have the skills to just like call me and ask yourself.
Yeah, like, that's fucked up.
So you go on a radio and deceive, like, that's so weird.
It's very immature. Yeah. But this would be, all parties would know what the expectations are.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with all that extra bandwidth we have.
Yeah.
Let's focus on finding matches for people.
Let's do a live show. I don't know.
Well, TBD on that.
We'll workshop.
We'll table that discussion.
Yeah. No, that was dope though. And we need Jared to come and do another stand-up show in Austin.
I thought you were going to say to come on this podcast. I was like,
I mean,
I think we're a little bit under his
I'll know that
level.
we've made it when we get Jared Freed on our show.
We could probably pay him to come on.
Yeah,
probably.
like $2,000 or something.
Yeah.
An honorarium.
I mean, his cameo, like, we could...
We're like, hi, it's us again.
Hi, remember that cameo you made for Michelle?
Yeah, you remember that cameo out of the, 50 you probably do a month? But yeah, no, the show was really, really good.
Yeah. It was everything I hoped it would be and more.
Yeah.
So what about your dating updates?
You
know, the many men that I'm dating.
Yeah,
I
feel like some milestones been hit recently.
How many months have y'all been together now?
This would be 7, right? 'Cause it's
Ooh,
July.
getting into long-term territory. Wee woo.
6 to 12.
Yeah. We did a little trip. He met my family.
Yeah.
We did a little trip after that and drove to Port Aransas and met his family. So we drove over 1,700 miles together, and we are still together.
That's impressive.
0 fights.
Wow.
0 fights.
Not even over which snacks to get or
Taco Bell.
We're pretty aligned
the
with
car
snacks.
temperature.
No, because cars have the thing where you can do 2 different temperatures.
Well, that saves a lot of marriages. Many a marriage have actually been saved. I mean, therapy's cool,
right? But AC.
But let's talk about
settings.
Yeah,
different story.
No, I mean we've always been pretty aligned with snackage, and then Chick-fil-A for both trips through Florida for lunch. So
what's your sauce preference?
I do honey mustard and Chick-fil-A sauce.
What does he do?
None.
Ew.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know about him.
I got the nuggets though, and he got the sandwich, so he didn't really.
Don't you need
sauce.
a condiment? You need a condiment on your sandwich.
He just ate the fries.
I'm sorry. Did he eat a dry chicken sandwich?
I'm sure it comes with stuff. It was a spicy chicken something.
He eats fries without dipping them in anything.
Oh, I actually do that a decent amount.
They're good fries. They don't really need to be dipped. But
yeah.
I don't know. This changes everything.
Okay, we no longer stand with Andrew just because he doesn't dip his fries.
I don't like ketchup. I hope that doesn't make me a serial killer.
I don't like ketchup. I hate ketchup.
Oh, I like ketchup.
I aggressivly hate ketchup.
But
I'm a ranch girl.
I like ketchup.
Oh, he did dip in ketchup occasionally, but
Ooh, what
Truth
is that?
Every third fry.
I don't know.
I wasn't counting. I was too busy eating my own.
Your attachment style based on which Chick-fil-A sauce you like.
I'm sure there's a BuzzFeed article on that.
Oh, yeah, there has to be. What's your compatibility based on your Chick-fil-A order?
Oh, God. Okay, anyway. Besides the sauce, little situation, how are, what are the updates between y'all? What is it like, having been together for longer? What are you noticing? Yeah, do tell.
No, it's really nice. Things are good. I feel like listening to you guys, I'm like, oh, I'm the boring person now.
I wouldn't say you're boring.
Well, but no, things are good. The major update is the family thing. So,
So did your family approve?
Oh yeah.
You've met Andrew.
I mean, my mom. There was the trauma bonding because I was in the hospital and he was talking to my mom on the phone. So it was my mom. He already came in.
He's a stand-up young gentleman.
Yeah, he already came in with all the points. Although the drama was apparently so. You guys know. Well, I know you know Michelle. I think you know Brooke, but now I'm questioning everything. Oh my God, that's a big bug. Somebody kill it.
No.
Just keep talking. I got it.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Okay. My parents, they met. My stepdad's a retired psychologist.
Yeah.
They met in therapy, basically. My stepdad was the marriage counselor for him and my dad, or for my mom and my dad. Obviously didn't break any, like, rules or anything because it happened well after.
Yeah, you've told me this story.
Okay, yeah. Well, for anybody who didn't know, that's like...
It's right there, it's right there, it's right there. On the other side of the book.
But that's something that, like, I kind of, I guess, assume. All right, we're safe now.
Okay.
Phew. But I guess I just assumed that he knew that because he's, like, part of our friend group. And I feel like everybody knows that about me. It's not like it's a secret or anything that I'm hiding. Well, apparently he did not know that. So I don't remember exactly what it was the first night that we were there and we're all, like, sitting and eating dinner. And Mark was like, oh, yeah, well, like, you know how we met, right? And Andrew was like, no. And Mark was like, you didn't tell him? And then he, like, made a joke of, like, well, you guys have, like, a seemingly good relationship, but you didn't know that. And I was like, okay, well, I suck. But honestly, I think I was just as surprised, if not more, that Andrew didn't know that he was to learn that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a big deal. I think, like, you know, you have to, over time, you learn things about people's family, and
Well, drama italicized, it wasn't actually a big deal, but it was a funny little...
Well, now that you're the boring one, you have to
size
things up.
Yeah. Something.
But yeah, no, it's been really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to be home and back in our spaces and whatever, but...
God, being home is so nice.
Are you okay?
You're like, I love being home. Yeah,
you're already anticipating all of this travel that you have to do next month, and you're like, that's how I was before the bachelorette parties.
It's gonna be great.
How fun.
I just have to take it like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some stuff going on with work right now to where it is like quite possibly the worst timing for me to be taking time off, but that'll get figured out. So, it'll be Gucci. It'll be good. I do love Ben, and I will hopefully get to see my dad, but he didn't respond to my text.
Rude.
He's Robert responds in 2 to 7 business days. That's when Robert responds to things.
Classic dad.
Like, maybe I'll give him. Anyways, but yeah.
Do your dads and stepdads like? Are they obsessed with World War II?
My stepdad is.
No. Okay.
My dad doesn't actually know anything about history, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah.
Or anything.
I feel like there's like a widespread like dad. Well, for me, it's my mom too, but they are obsessed with World War II. Like every time I go over to their house, they have some new like World War II like History Channel like special on. They've read like every book. They're like, it's
interesting.
Like such a
them thing.
I think it's a dad thing. Like they're just like alone, like reading a World War II book. They're like.
So my dad does not do that.
Okay.
Neither does my stepdad.
Okay.
There's Mark I got Mark a book for Christmas that he really likes. That's like a picture World War II book. I can send you a link from Amazon if you're looking for a gift idea.
I need Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
in advance.
Yeah. Let's just get ready for Christmas in July.
And I really don't like giving gifts.
I'm so bad at it.
I'm so bad at it. I'm still like, hey, can everyone make a Christmas list? Like, I don't want to guess. Like, now I'm over it. I've started to give, like, tickets to things, like experiences. Like, for my mom's birthday, I got her tickets to Sound of Music, which she's obsessed with.
Oh, my God. My mom is obsessed with Sound of Music, too. Our parents should just, like, hang out.
Yeah. Like, she's seen Sound of Music, like, the movie, like, 30 times, probably. Or more. Yeah.
It was the first movie my mom ever saw in theaters.
My mom, too!
Okay, this is getting too weird.
Oh, my God. My mom wants to do I hope I don't have to go on this trip ever, but she wants to do an Austria Von Trapp family like themed vacation, like go to their house and everything.
Oh, my mom wants to do that
like
too.
The abbey where they hid or whatever. I'm like, no. I mean, I I would be down to go to Austria, but
you
there's
could
like
send your moms
so much Sound of Music stuff I want
with
to go
her
to.
family on that trip.
Yeah.
You could send your mom
No,
with your family.
yeah.
Why don't our moms go on that trip? We could also
I'll go. I want to go.
No, I want to go to Austria. I just only want to do like one Sound of Music excursion, not like 2 weeks of it.
It's like when I went to Europe on an educational trip, and then we went to like 17 museums. I was like, I would like to do some things that aren't museums.
Well, also like
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
You don't
of
get to
museums.
I mean, it might have been 7. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like,
oh, 1. It was 1.
you're like,
I did one museum.
It's too quiet.
Get me out of here.
like, this is distressing. Yeah, you don't get to experience the place you're in. You need like I'm down for like a museum day. I like a museum day, especially because I like art history and stuff. But after like I want different types of days. I don't want I don't need more than one museum day probably.
Well,
Especially when you're going to like Europe or something. But
Yeah.
we digress.
I was going to say, on the note of museums, maybe it's time to wrap. We've covered a lot and
Museum
absolutely
stance,
nothing
everybody.
today.
Yes, and that was exactly the point. Welcome back to the shit show, everyone. Excited to be back. And excited that we're going to have some Bachelorette, the show
Yes.
content
Oh my
that we
gosh.
can start discussing too. So, all right, all the things.
Super
Guys,
excited.
where can people find y'all?
I'm on Instagram at most_babbling because it's like a Brooke, you know. My name is Brooke.
In case you didn't know.
In
her
case
name
you
is Brooke.
didn't know.
You can find me on Instagram at mcraigpdx.
And all over LinkedIn.
And in therapist Twitter.
Yeah, you can find me therapy Twitter.
Very concerning places.
Yeah.
And you can find me at Marie R. Carlson on all platforms. And you can find us at Swipe and the City, also on all platforms. And thanks for listening. Cheers, y'all.
Have
Cheers.
a great day. Oh my god.
I hope somebody
the tape.
I hope somebody reaches out